And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to the All-Star Race of Season 1 of the NR2003 Diva Cup Series. As you see the starting lineup on the left side of your screen. Lauren Ekstrom is on the pole position. Ginger Foutley, Peach Ramirez, Courtney Lynn, row 2. The slowest in All-Star qualifying was Maddie Crenshaw. Prudence Martindale won the first... won the open race, the first segment one of the open, so she starts 12th. Lauren Grubius, Tatiana Guerra at 13th and 14th because they finished second and third in the open. And then getting in from the Noble Sprint is Annie Winters in the number 38. Right now, the cars are rolling up behind the pace car, so only 15 cars will be taking part in tonight's All-Star Race. Right now, the drivers in turns 3 and 4 getting ready to take the green flag here this evening. Great crowd on hand to see 15 of the best Diva girls to take the green flag in the All-Star Race. Of course, they'll be back here next week for the 600. That will be a lot of fun. And the green's out for the All-Star Race. We're racing at Charlotte. And here comes the 27, Peach Ramirez sitting inside. 40 laps. Somebody's about to win $1 million. As Ekstrom will lead the first lap of the race. Until the Comet pushing Chloe Carmichael for the race lead. Carmichael's going to lead this lap. Comes Matilda Cobb in the 8. Here comes Jill Thomas in the 20. Maddie Crenshaw, the slowest of the qualifying last night that took place. Jill Thomas, the race leader. Here comes Maddie Crenshaw in the 21 to take the race lead. And here comes Lauren Grubius, who made it into the All-Star Race via the Open that was ran earlier today. Of course, she's got 34 laps, 51 for Annie Winters. And the caution's out. We've had a wreck. Ekstrom's into the wall. Chloe Carmichael's involved. Matilda Cobb's in it. And the caution is out on lap number 5. Heavy damage to Lauren Ekstrom. And looks like her day is going to be done. Looks like a 3-car wreck. That's the first yellow. So let's jump back, look at a replay to see what happened to Lauren Ekstrom here in the first caution of the evening here in the All-Star Race. Now here's what happened to bring up the first caution of the evening. They were going 3 wide going into turn number 3. Looks like Ginger Foutley got a bit tight. She pushed up into Lauren Ekstrom, up into Chloe Carmichael, and then they clipped the Ada Matilda Cobb, took all three cars into the wall, nearly collected Peach Ramirez in the 27. Upside down went Lauren Ekstrom. Thank goodness it landed on her wheels, but that number 12 Altel Dodge is going to be done for the night. So that's a tough break for Ekstrom. Thank goodness this is a non-points event. Otherwise, it would have hurt her in points. Same with Chloe Carmichael, Matilda Cobb. That's our first caution of the evening. Let's jump back to the restart here at Charlotte. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing on lap number 9 of 40. Should give us a total of 32 laps of racing to go. Maddie Crenshaw is the leader. Lauren Gruby is second. Annie Winters in third. Jill Thomas fourth. Ginger Foutley fifth. Tatiana Guerra in a one-race deal for DEI is sixth. Seventh is Prudence Martindale. Ashley Reynolds eighth. Courtney Lynn ninth. Peach Ramirez is 10th. Ellen Benson 11th. Brenda Eveling 12th. Matilda Cobb 13th. 14th for Chloe Carmichael. Lauren Ekstrom is now the race in 15th. Now let's see how these cars will do on a single file restart. Of course, there's no lap cars to the inside. That's also our first caution of the entire All-Star race weekend because we didn't have a caution in the open or in the Noble Sprints. We're back to green. Excuse me. A long day here at Charlotte. Lauren Ekstrom already done for the night. She'll get ready for the 600 next week. With only 4 laps, she's only managed to muster here tonight. Lauren Grubias, who transferred into the All-Star race via the Open. Same with Annie Winters, who won the Noble Sprint earlier today. And of course, they have been on track for the entire day today, so they're probably a bit sweaty. Other than they did use the restroom at the time of the deal. As the second caution is out. Looks like we've had a big one. Yep, Maddie Crenshaw, Courtney Lynn, and Naguera involved, and Maddie Crenshaw just failed to use the brakes. And caution's out for the second time today, and I don't think we're going to have anybody left after this. Let's jump back and look at a replay to find out what happened to cause the second yellow of the evening as we're past the 1/4 mark here in the All-Star race. Looks like another 3-wide situation going into turn number 3. And Courtney Lynn gets a bit tight, goes up into Naguera, up into Maddie Crenshaw, took all 3 cars up into the wall just like that. Ginger Foutley gets a piece of it. There's Matilda Cobb missing the wreck. That's a tough break for Tatiana Guerra, who ended up making the All-Star race via the Open. And I'm trying to see who comes in here and piles in the back of the Motorcraft Ford. I think we found our volunteer. That would be the 01. Yep. 01 failed to use the brakes. 01 runs in the back of the 21 just like that. I believe it took the front end off the car. Yeah, look at the front end off the U.S. Army Pontiac. And that's why the caution's out. And that's a shame for Tatiana Guerra, who was having a good run. Unfortunately, it's now been dampened. So second caution of the evening is out. Let's get to the restart here at Charlotte. About to go back to green on lap number 15 of 40 as we're getting ready to get closer to the midway point of today's race. Grubius is the leader. Annie Winters second. Ashley Reynolds third. Ellen Benson fourth. Fifth is Brenda Eveling. Peach Ramirez sixth. Seventh is Prudence Martindale. Jill Thomas eighth. Matilda Cobb ninth. 10th, Ginger Foutley. And 11th is Tatiana Guerra. Maddie Crenshaw, Courtney Lynn, and Chloe Carmichael out of the race. They joined Lauren Ekstrom behind the wall, and Chloe Carmichael's been asked to see the officials in the Diva Cup Series hauler for not using the brake pedal well enough. So it looks like keep an eye on turn number 3 and 4 for the race weekend we're going to have for the points paying events next week here at Charlotte as we're back to green. The last hope for DEI to win the All-Star race will be Prudence Martindale. Lauren Grubius leads the race. Of course, like I said, Grubius and Winters made a lot of adjustments. Same with Prudence Martindale and Noguera getting set for tonight's race. Of course, they have had, 34 to 51 laps on track earlier today, and they've done some debriefing and had to tell their crews, okay, here's what the car was doing. But that was when the sun was out, and of course, with nighttime conditions, they probably had to make sure the car was a bit free. Imagine Lauren Grubius winning the All-Star race in the Rhesus Chevrolet. This would be, as I said, huge for Grubius and a couple of drivers that ran the Open to transfer from the Open to win the All-Star race. And it also would lock Lauren Grubius into the All-Star race next year due to the fact she would be a winner, and that would be if she wins this race here tonight. Approaching the halfway point of this race, there's Prudence Martindale in second. Raced her way into this event via the Open, which she ended up winning the Open, believe it or not. Of course, Lauren Grubius would like to bring her all-star car back for the 600 next week, which more than likely that's going to happen. Excuse me. In fact, most of these drivers would like to bring the all-star car back for the 600. Here comes Martindale for the race lead. Prudence Martindale there. Brenda Eveling in the Pepsi colors on her Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. The only Hendrick car that made the All-Star race, believe it or not. None of her teammates made the All-Star race, so Brenda Eveling, the only representative for Hendrick. Of course, right now, the other three Hendrick cars are just getting prepared. They don't know if they want to bring their All-Star car back for the 600 or not, but they'll probably think about it. I know Martindale is going to save this chassis to have the 600. Of course, she's going to run the red, white, and blue colors on her Napa Chevy next week here for the 600. Courtney Lynn, who's out of the race. All those drivers involved checked and released from the care center. Courtney's sister, Abigail, is going to be looking forward to racing here at Charlotte next week. And of course, you will see Abigail Lynn and the other 41 drivers in the trucks, and also we'll see the Diva Bush Series drivers here next week at Charlotte. And the thing for Tatiana Guerra, there she is, running in ninth, is that she has 74, she'll have 74 laps over everyone else, excluding Kaiser and Sarnes, who had 34 laps, or actually, correction, 51 laps. So Noguera, Sarnes, and Kaiser are going to be really, I think, the favorites because of the fact they took part in the All-Star race weekend here this weekend. And of course, we will see them next week at Charlotte. So I bet you Kaiser, Sarnes, and Noguera are going to be talking to their Diva trucks and Bush crews, tell them what they learned from the All-Star race and how they will apply it to their points paying event next week. Of course, those drivers really need good runs, especially Noguera, who's way down the cellar of the points table in the Diva Bush Series. So this is going to be a big, big boost for her going into next week's points paying events here at Charlotte. And if I were the Diva Trucks and Bush Series drivers who are, I know they're not racing here this weekend, they're watching the Diva Cup Series drivers, they better be taking notes on what they're going to learn going for their points events next week. Because turn two played a major factor here in tonight's All-Star race. So as I said, next week we'll be back here at Charlotte for our 3 points events, Trucks, Diva Bush, and Diva Cup. The Diva Truck Series, you can catch the North Carolina Educational Lottery 200 next weekend. That will be a an 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Diva Bush, you will catch their the History 300, also at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, and then we will cap it off with the Coke 600 with the Diva Cup Series gals at 8:30 Eastern Time. Hope you will join us for the points events for Charlotte, rather. Of course, the Diva Trucks coming off their off week. Of course, Emma Kaiser won last time out at Dover a couple of weeks ago for her second win of the year. Like I said, no points for leading the most laps or leading a lap. There's Annie Winters, Pete Ramirez. There's Tatiana Guerra, still soldiering on in her Craft Chevrolet for Dale Earnhardt Incorporated. Ginger Foutley has dropped off the pace. Same with Matilda Cobb. That's due to the damages they received on their cars earlier in the evening. The good news for Frank, his 3 female drivers will have a major advantage over the other 39 drivers in Diva Trucks and Diva Bush Series. And like I said, whether Kaiser and Sarnes made the All-Star race or not, like I said in the open, they're going to have major advantages. They know what the track is like and all that. Now they're going to apply that here for their points paying events next week. And also for Noguera, she'll probably tell Kaiser and Sarnes, hey, this is what I learned from the All-Star race in nighttime conditions. And I bet you Sarnes and Kaiser will be using the notes that Noguera has given to them. Of course, all 3 of them are teammates under Frank's umbrella. And that will definitely give them a major advantage going into the race next week here at Charlotte. We're coming to 2 to go, and Lauren Grubius is going to go for the lead. Next time by, we're going to come to the white flag. We're 3 wide off of turn number 4. Off of 4. This is going to get dicey. But they got the white flag, so the next flag will end. Well, next flag will be the checker flag if we do get a wreck. These girls are just racing really hard down the back straightaway. Can Brenda Eveling catch up to the Reese's Chevrolet? And it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Lauren Grubius is going to win the Diva All-Star Race here tonight at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Brenda Eveling will get second, Jill Thomas third, Ashley Reynolds, Ellen Benson, Prudence Martindale, Annie Winters, Pete Ramirez, Tatiana Guerra, Matilda Cobb, and Ginger Foutley will complete the running order. And then 4 drivers did not finish the race. They were Maddie Crenshaw, Courtney Lynn, Chloe Carmichael, and Lauren Ekstrom. But that's going to do it for All-Star Race. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCS Race Crew today. We showed your full finish results. We'll see you guys next time for our points events here next week at Charlotte. As you've been watching another broadcast courtesy of PCS Ray TV, the best in our racing around the world since 2017.